December 2nd, 2020. I had a healing yesterday with someone who, when I first got them, they had a lot of medical conditions that we had to take care of. And so all the energy and all their focus was spent on healing themselves. They began listening to someone that channels the same kind of group that I have since I was a kid, little kid, that I call my angels. The information is very similar, like so similar, and I know it's the same group. That and there's a lot of intuitive people who, I'm 50, and so I don't know, they're about my age, maybe a little older, some a little younger, and we have all kind of known and felt like this whole situation, what we're dealing with now in 2020 coming. And we might get visions. Let me just talk about myself. But anyway, it's just interesting to me that there's so many different places that the same information is dropping in to other people that I don't know, I don't follow. People who follow me follow them also, and then share things with me, and I'm like, wow, it's all the same. And there have been people prior to now who are somewhat famous for being healers or yoga teachers or life coaches, stuff like that. And they're not, I wouldn't say that they're highly intuitive, because they don't seem to know what's going on. They don't seem to know what's been going on, okay? And when my client was very ill, very sick, that was the last thing we would have done. But I did the healing yesterday, and I noticed that now that he has a strong awareness of what's happening in the world, and you know, he's been able, he's come you know, often, I guess, let's say, and through healing and getting better and then asking questions, he's become more interested in what's actually going on in the world. And coming often, I was able to give little tidbits here and there, you know, the executive order for human rights violations, 12/21/17, the massive trafficking, all kinds of things. And then on his own, he's done his own research. And by doing his own research and getting squared away with regard to what's happening in the outer world, it's easier now to work on him. Now that he's got a really strong, solid handle on, you know, what's going on. I mean, I was able to tell him what was going to go on with the election prior to November 3rd. And that all made sense to him. And anyway, I want to make this video now, because even though most of the people that listen to me, I would say you probably aren't sick. You know? If it helped someone, if it's helping someone to have a clear idea of what's going on right now, then I thought maybe I should make a video that I can give what I can give without getting, you know, like certain words set off, the algorithms, and certain truths get you killed. So, I'm not a truther, but I do know quite a bit about. Okay, so like December 2nd, 2020, everything that's happening right now that other people think is so crazy is completely logical to me, that this is exactly where we would be right now. It's going to get a little nuts for a few months. I feel like April, things are going to calm down. April. And then, so my group, what I do in my group, Renegade Yogi, is help people understand that their life's going moment by moment. Turn off the television. You're not going to get the truth from the television. You're going to get a version of reality that a chunk of people want you to create. That's why the AP called the election. They want you to create that with your mind. And many people know about the law of attraction. I know about that. I know all about that. And they know that their thoughts become things. They've gotten on to different movies, books, self-help things. So many people, speakers like Tony Robbins helps people create. Well, how does he do that? He breaks them out of their own delusions, but illusions. If you watch Tony Robbins, when he works, just watch him, just for even a minute. You see he's lit up. It's like all the synapses are firing. He's alive. He's completely alive. When he's working with one person in a sea of like thousands of people, he's tapping into higher intelligence. He's very smart on his own, but when he's working, it's not work for him. It lights him up, and he's lit up, and he's tapped in. He's tuning into something that's guiding him, because he works so quickly with these people, these individuals. There's no way you could do that with a plain old human brain. Okay, so, and then look what he's managed to create for himself. So he's a product of his own product. He's not paying me, by the way. But I bet you he doesn't like binge Netflix shows, and I bet you he doesn't like allow people to just suck his time away. Time, energy, money, those are your resources. And we see all these people just on their phones, just heads down. It's not sad, okay? It's not sad. It's just normal. It's the new normal. That's the new normal. I had to let a friend go yesterday. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe I don't have time for normies anymore. This period of time is very, very serious. Very serious. I don't know where I'm gonna be moving. I gotta move platforms, and I really want to get off Facebook, and I'll have somebody manage Facebook for me, but a lot of the people that follow me on Facebook say I'm only on here for your group anymore, and a lot of them leave, and then they come back with fake names, and I don't even want to be on Facebook, because when I log in, I accidentally see a friend or someone that I love, that I thought was open-minded, or that I thought was like neutral. I've made huge mistakes in my past thinking that people are neutral, politically neutral, and And I think that they were. I really do. I think that I don't think that I was wrong. Maybe they just wanted to be neutral. Maybe they just wanted to appear neutral. But in that desire to be neutral, there is a piece of reality in that. There's a piece of legitimate genuineness that their desire to be it. So healers, we can often see the highest potential in a person and get that confused as if it's like a crystal ball, but it's not up to us. The person has to choose it. And so no matter what you desire, no matter what you want to create for yourself, you can focus on it with the law of attraction, but you still have action steps to participate in, and those action steps will be what brings to you that which you desire. You can't just wish it, and it just shows up. And that's what some people have a problem with The Secret and stuff like that. Some people have that problem, and some people have a problem with The Secret because they think it's materialistic. My guides got me up at 3:33 again this morning. So my first book started at 3:33 and actually ended at 3:33, like years later. And so now I'm up now. I had a recent bout of my hair was falling out and got these spots on my skin. So I had to take some action steps there. And thyroid showed up again. I healed a tumor off my thyroid in like 2011. And then a doctor helped me get off all the medication. So the thyroid is associated with the fifth chakra, communication, self-expression. And I know that I have to be available to a shift in my speaking. And so healing, number one. Got 2 little kids and goats, chickens, dogs, husband. I probably should have said him after the kids. But I'm available for the new reality, whatever that is. 2020 has been very exciting for me. I've watched my clients excel. I've watched my clients do great. Just by focusing on vibration and empowerment. So, 900 vibration is freedom, empowerment, and gratitude. So it's 3 doorways into a 900 vibration. 3 different doorways in. Whatever you're looking at, whatever you see physically in the physical world has already been created. So we're creating now for tomorrow. So right now, and I know you already know this law of attraction, I already know. But right now you're planting seeds to create tomorrow's reality. And so focusing on what you want. Keep focusing on what you want. And I channeled this black guy that died of, the thing. And he said, don't try to help people. Don't try to help push up from the lower vibrations to the higher vibrations. Don't push up. He said, go from the highest vibrations. Stay at the higher vibrations and then pull people up from there. So I have help from all these people, angels, higher beings that I can hear. I've just always been able to hear. To me, this is normal, that I can hear people that aren't there. And I seem flighty in the real world, the physical world, because the people that no one else can hear, or the higher selves, or whatever, angels I call them, Pleiadians, whatever they are, when they talk to me, whatever they're saying takes priority over what any human being is spouting off at the time. So since the 70s, when my dad would be watching the news, he'd be like, quiet, the news is on. And I remember being little, I remember going, oh my God, he believes this. He believes this. And then through the course of my life, just seeing everybody believing this stuff. And, hearing Bush Sr. say the New World Order just made me want to vomit and sent chills down my spine. And I didn't understand it. Okay, I didn't understand at the time. Why is that so disgusting? Why is that so disturbing? Why is that making me nauseous? Okay, and then, the news is lying. It's just outright, flat out lying. Now, they used to, they've been working towards this. The news isn't supposed to put adjectives in before things. They're supposed to give facts. People think that the news is supposed to give them the truth. But the news people and the news, they work for different people than the American people. They work for different people. Okay, so you can watch the news, but if you work on your third eye, this is another thing I say, take care of your body, your mind, and your third eye. Work on your third eye. If your third eye is fully functional, then you can watch anything. You can listen to anybody, and you can go, oh, that's full of shit, or that's true, oh my God, or whatever. So if you work on your own third eye, that's what I help people do, is work on their own third eye. I'm not here to give you the truth. I do want to give some kind of, I want to kind of lay out something right now, because I think since I could feel the difference in my client yesterday, how helpful it has been for him to get it, and the people who don't understand why Trump, or they've had plenty of time. They could look up why are people voting for Trump? Why do black people support Trump? Why do Latinos support Trump? They've had years now to look up why. They've had years, like the executive order for human rights violations worldwide. The United States has been in a declared state of emergency worldwide for almost 3 years now. And I don't get into talking about this stuff like out and about. I ask people that. Did you know that our country's been in a declared state of emergency? No. Don't you think that's weird? Don't you think that's weird that your country's in a declared state of emergency for human rights violations worldwide, and you don't know that? I know people who watch the news. They watch the news. I have liberal relatives that they eat all the swill from the troughs of CNN. They suck it right down. It's fact. When I hear them talk, they just want the big B so everything can go back to normal. I said, you're absolutely moving along just like the sheep that you're supposed to be. It's like listening to the agenda come through the mouths of my relatives. I'm not going to talk them out of taking the big V. I know that. If they try and give me their reality, I already know their reality. I just say, well, I think Bill Gates is an absolute psychopath. And they just don't know what to say. So I cannot help people that think that basically that Biden was a decent candidate. It says a lot that someone who's been in politics for 47 years, which is 19.3% of the life of this country. This country's been a country for 244 years. And if you divide 47 by 244, you get 19.3, I believe. So roughly 20% of this country's existence. And anybody can look up, and I'm not QAnon, but I'm sure this is like a QAnon thing. I don't know exactly, but anybody can look up what the salaries are of any politician. You can look up their salaries, And then you can compare it to their net worths. And then you can look at how many politicians have foundations. There's a lot of open source information. You could do your own research. You can look, but if you just listen to the other people in society, you'll get plenty. If you just look up why. No, it's very genius. It's a very genius plan to turn people against each other so they don't put the pieces together. But there's too many people that have already put the pieces together. There's too many people that know why the executive order. And let's see, how do you want to go? Your life is living itself right now. And I understand that politics is extremely important to a lot of people, not everybody. The people who don't give a crap about politics, I have an easy time healing. The people who are open-minded about it, I have an easy time healing. And conservatives, I have a very easy time healing conservatives. Easy. Because they're paying me for my time, and they respect my time more than the other side does. And when they're telling some story that's not helpful, I can say, stop telling that story. They'll stop. They're not addicted to getting, because they're less emotional. Conservative minds are more grounded people. Now, I'm not saying everybody should be a conservative. We need both kinds. We need liberal and conservative minds. Liberal minds look for where problems, or where things could be made better. They look for what would be nice. Like, I got my husband to put in a campground. I got my husband to, I wanted Barry, it's just these things, okay, these big projects. I get the ideas to change. He would leave everything the way it is. He would say, it's fine, it's fine. And I say, you know what I want is this. This would be great. And I'm right every time about this. But he's the one that makes it happen. And so liberal minds in general are the minds that are looking to change things. They're looking to make better and change and fix. And then conservative minds are usually the ones that come up with the best, most grounded, most rational, most reasonable, most cost-effective plan. When you let liberal minds run countries, or run things, they are very free with the checkbook. And they're very emotional. And that's not wrong, it's not bad, but it's an easy way to access them through their ego. So you can access them through their ego by emotions. The fake measles baby, the stock photo. They took a baby in the arms of someone wearing blue scrubs. You didn't even see the doctor's face, or I don't know if it was a doctor or if it was a nurse or whatever. You just see the baby, and it's a stock photo, and they stuck fake measles all over it, and then the Kentucky gun range, they pretended that wasn't, they pretended it was the Middle East. It's so much lying, so much lying. They took babies out of incubators and they put them on the floor. Go to war, go to war, go to war. And people are like, yeah, let's go to war. It's manufactured consent. And, Eisenhower said, beware the military-industrial complex. It's like, this is what it is. And if you arm both sides of a war, then you don't care who wins. And if you're part of your goal, the first step of your agenda is to decrease world population, then of course you're going to be for war. And this guy from China that I just saw saying, 4,000 Chinese dying out of this many. It's like nobody dying. So they don't, it's like nobody. He doesn't count it. Doesn't count. 4,000 people dying. It's nothing. It's nothing. The Democratic and Republican parties were deliberately created to divide. You don't have to believe me. They're deliberately created to divide based on what people would identify with. liberal or conservative. All right, fine. It's a genius move, and it you didn't really notice people sided up, but and then if they own both sides, like it's not going to matter who wins. The 2016 election was supposed to be between Hill Dog and Jeb. I'm like, well, everybody's going to see it now. No, some people thought, oh, those are two legitimate, qualified candidates. What makes them qualified? You know, it doesn't freak you out that these people have been in. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay. I found a new coffee substitute called Mud, and I think it's going to work for me. Okay. It's been so easy for them to turn people against each other and to make people fight based on their identification with being liberal or conservative. Luckily for me, which I never thought was lucky, my family is half and half. And they all love me. Except for, one person I had to let go. That's fine. It's reasonable. At this period of time, at this moment in time, it's reasonable for me to have to start letting people go. People that I don't have the extra time and energy to deal with people who aren't getting it. Maybe someday, like I said, maybe if everything comes out, maybe if the truth all comes out, pours out. And if I just keep saying, be light, be peace, powerful peace, high vibration, like AJ said, do it from the higher vibrations. And I can create this new, I've already created a community, but move it to a platform where we can really expand and grow and feel good rather than Facebook ego playground. So people siding up and then living in their echo chambers and then hating the other side. It makes perfect sense. I mean, it's a really genius plan. It's diabolical. It's absolutely diabolical. And that system of divide and conquer and making people fight so that the lateral fight continues and dividing based on race and gender and political ideology. And you should hear, I'm going to have my son help me with a video so that you can see what they're doing with sexuality and what these kids, these young teenagers, he just turned 13, what they're talking about and what a waste of time, energy, money is going into trying to figure out who you want to fuck when you're not even ready to have sex with anybody yet. It's like at my son's 11th birthday, his 11th birthday party, there was a girl there talking to two boys who were like 11. My son was 11. And she's going, I don't know if I'm, bisexual or gender fluid. She's going on and on and on. And it's like, it's just a new way to get attention. And people are not giving their children the attention that their children need. So they're getting it in other ways. That's just where we are right now. And people are telling them this. So what I help people with, when I help them break out of their own illusion that they've created, I have to. It's like, no, you get to, or you're choosing to do that. So you have to, remove that, pull that story out by the roots. You're choosing to, work a job you hate, not changing, not, you can shift. Now, some people get cancer, and that's what shifts their life. Cancer or, some other disease. And for me, I had a thyroid tumor, and that shifted my life because I let it. And now I'm letting it do it again. I'm letting this shift happen again. Whatever that is, I said, all right, I'm up. I would love to go around in a brand new Airstream and do, like, weekend workshops or channeling events. I love to channel. I love channeling Neem Karoli Baba. I love channeling, higher selves, angels, the foul-mouthed biker who calls himself a no-nonsense motherfucker. All these beings that just want to help. I would love to go around and channel these people, because people who ask the questions are really, I love them. I love people's questions. I really love their questions. Even when I don't love the questions, there's someone that is in spirit form that wants to be of help, who connects with that question, and they'll answer. It's like, I could do it. I could do it all day. I did it all day on 10/10/2020. I could do it all day. I love my work so much. And that's what I want for everybody. I want everyone to love their work. Making your own spiritual work your work, and then using everything that you can to raise your vibration, you'll keep yourself healthy, and you'll live your best life, because it doesn't matter what's happening, 2020, 2025. You living your best life is the thing that matters. It doesn't matter what side you identify with. It really doesn't. Does it matter who's president? Yes, it does. It really does. Right now it does. So a long time ago, I saw what I saw as martial law. I saw the streets empty. And then when the crisis happened, 2020 lockdown, I was like, oh, this is it. And when I said, oh, this is what they were showing me, it was like, no, not so fast. Maybe, maybe not. And now you got this We the People committee or something like that, calling for martial law and new elections. Now, I'm telling you, like, this is all so cool. I can hardly even stand it, because some of us have known that the cheating is so obscene, and the president now won the popular vote in 2016. I can feel it. I know it's true. I know that he won the popular vote. I know there was so massive amount of cheating back then. That's why they thought they had it. And I told people in 2016, I said, if Trump doesn't get elected, Epstein's going to kill himself. I told people that in 2016. They're like, who's that? I'm like, you don't know who that is. So it's amazing how many people are not paying attention. And then they're running around like a chicken with their head cut off. Now, look, this is all obvious. Where we are now, what's happening now, is very obvious. I'm not scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared right now. Go to your highest vibration and live your best life, and understand that what is happening now, this, if you watch Sidney Powell talk, her voice like trembles, and she seems very shaken and upset, because she's just seeing how obscene the cheating is, how disgusting, how disturbing it is, blah, blah, blah. And I feel for her, but holy crap, we have not had, the system that people think that we live in has not been a thing in, I want to say, over 200 years. People have been chipping away and trying to change things, and changing things slowly, 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 slowly. We are sheep. We are sheep. It's, things were good enough. And if you understand the Fed, and if you understand, like, they just suck, imagine if I print money for you, you say, Carl, I need $100. And I say, okay. And I print $100, and I go to hand it to you, and you go, oh, no, never mind, I don't need that. I found $100 in my wallet. And I go, okay, well, you owe me $6. And you're like, why would I owe you $6? I didn't take it. Yeah, but I printed it for you. How could you ever pay me back? How could you ever pay me back? You can't. You can never pay me back, because I'm printing all your money. You can never pay me back. Because any money that you pay me, there's always going to be interest on everything I printed for you. People don't understand how this works. They just think it's all magical. They just think, oh yeah, this is, they have this idea, and it's all an illusion. It's an illusion, and there's nothing to be afraid of, because you're not this anyway. We're not this meat suit. We're not this meat suit. This beautiful face. I'm not my body. My body's mine to use. I'm not my mind. My mind is mine to use. And the mind has 4 aspects from the I Am Consciousness book series by Verdi Sukdev. And I hope I said his name right, but you got your memory, you have your intellect, your thinking and contemplative mind, and then you have your ego. By killing the ego, you get to use, all the work is done by the first three aspects of the mind anyway. But people are accessed through their ego, and the ego comes with these clever little things called confirmation bias. It only lets in what you already agree with. Why? Well, because it wants to keep you safe, sane, and secure. If it allows reality to keep breaking underneath your feet, you're going to have a mental breakdown, because you identify with as your ego. You identify with it. Okay? Confirmation bias only lets in what you already agree with. Echo chambers feeds it. People are in these echo chambers. They feel like the Women's March. They felt like, oh, this is so loving. We're so loving. No, you have a shared hatred of one person. That's not love. That's shared hatred. It's just shared hatred. But that's just what it is. I'm not upset. And then cognitive dissonance. You can say to somebody, my friend's getting beaten by her husband, and oh no, and yeah, and I told her that she and her 2 kids could come stay at my house. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I just don't know if I should lock the door behind her or leave it open in case he wants to come in behind her and beat her again. Well, you have to lock the door. What? Oh, you have to lock the door so that he can't get in. If she's trying to escape him, doesn't it make sense? You should lock the door. Yes, definitely lock the door behind her and her 2 kids. Keep her safe. Definitely lock the door. Okay, now let's talk about the southern border. Racist, xenophobe. It's like that's cognitive dissonance. It's 2 competing realities. And that's why Islam is right about women. Was fucking genius. Islam is right about women is genius. It challenges cognitive dissonance. These people were like, I don't know what it means, but it's making me angry. Yeah, it's not making you angry. It's pissing off your ego, because it's forcing you. It's awesome. So, the anonymous boards, chant boards, you may hate them, and you may think they're too rough, too raw, too whatever, but there's some freaking geniuses on those boards, those people, and they've changed the world. They've changed the world. And there was anonymous. There was one that posted on there anonymously. Said he worked for Epstein at the island, and he was going to kill himself in like 24 hours or 48 hours, I forget. And he said, I worked for Epstein. This was after the passing of Epstein, so it was like pretty recently. Said, I'm going to kill myself in 24 hours or something like that. And he goes, if anyone has any questions for me, ask away. So people did. And then he answered all these questions. And then Ghislaine Maxwell was found. And I think, that he knew that they would kill him. And I think he knew, so he didn't have a clear conscience. He had killed somebody, a young person, and he had all these stories. It was really interesting. So be skeptical, but learn to listen. Fifth agreement, but it certainly felt true, and it's just very interesting. And I'm not obsessed with any of it, so it doesn't matter to me. Like, I can listen or not, and the fact that they found Maxwell after looking for her for so long like right after he was supposed to kill himself. To me, I thought, I wonder if he's the one that gave her position away. There's just so much happening, and the people who look at the news, it's so like flat. It's like one-dimensional, and then they fight with each other. It's so stupid to me. It's so stupid, and the person I had to let go of, who I love dearly, I love so dearly. My guides told me to go on Facebook and look up this person's thing, and so I did, which I don't like to do, because I'm actually like afraid to see stuff that will make me not like somebody. So I don't like to go on Facebook because I stopped following everybody from high school except for like one person. That's how bad it is. I was the class clown. I loved everybody in high school. I loved everyone in my high school. Except Sheldon. There was only one person I could not stand. But I loved everybody else. And I just, bless, forgive, respect his free will choice to be a douche and love him from here anyway. So, but I mean, like legitimately, easily loved everybody else. I could feel everybody's little hearts trying to be good enough, trying. Where was I? Sorry. Sorry. Let's see. Whatever. The whole thing, I lost my train of thought. The whole thing is, I stopped following, okay, guided, okay, so scrolled through this thing and then came across some science company or some science thing endorsed Biden. And I love quantum science. I love quantum. I like that kind of science because it explains the crap that's happened to me my whole life, the stuff in my mind, the stuff I see, the things. It's like, why is that happening? Whoa, how do I know that? What's going on? Whatever. Quantum physics explains a lot for me, and so I'm slightly obsessed, like it really lights me on fire. And so science, when people say the science is settled, they don't know what they're talking about, because that's the beauty of science, is that it's never settled. It's always questioning itself, and I love that about it. I love that it's basically be skeptical but learn to listen. It's basically the fifth agreement in motion, using microscopes and every kind of piece of equipment that you can have. It's never settled. That's the perfect part about it. So people who say science is settled are usually paid, and if you follow the money, you find out why they're saying that. And if you look at who took over the medical industry, we'll pay for all these schools. All you have to do is teach what we want. We'll pay for. Thank you for paying all that money to all the people with large sums of money have been paying for things, not out of the kindness of their heart. And if you think it's out of the kindness of their heart, you're getting played hard. You're getting played so hard. If you believe in the media, finally Fox got this blown up. Finally people are getting it, because Fox is just controlled opposition. And controlled opposition is the key element to manipulating mass amounts of people. And conservative minds only need one news source to go, this is true. And then the other side goes, no, stupid old Fox. And they go, everybody else, the truth is spit out by all these media. And one of my favorite videos is when they take, it's obviously a script, and they have like 25 different reporters speaking the same script, and they're from all over, and it starts with from El Paso County, I don't know, and we're from here, and we're from San Diego, and we're from Iowa, we're from, and then they're all reading the same fucking script. If you can't put the pieces together, then I can't help you. I can't help you. If you believe that it's normal to have 25 different communities from all over the United States of America with the exact same fucking script, I can't help you, and I don't want to help you. If you think it's normal for some science company to endorse a political person, I can't help you. That makes me fucking sad. It makes me sad when science is fucked. That's fucking pisses me off. 2 + 2 = 5. It's George Orwell 1984. 2 + 2 = 5. 2 + 2 = 5. 2 + 2 = 5. 2 + 2 = 5. No, it fucking doesn't. People need to turn off the television and get their mind back. Think for yourself. These N95 masks only can keep out 0.3 microns. 0.3 microns. And the thing is 0.125. It's less than half the size. That's why people say it's like a mosquito going through a chain link fence. But still, we got to fight about it. It's retarded. I don't care. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. But if you don't want to wear a mask, don't. The fighting is obscene, and it's all nonsense, and it's all people getting played. It's all the continuation of a lateral fight to keep a vertical fight from starting. If everybody could see what is the old guard, these people in politics for 19.3% of this country's history, and making all this money, even though their salaries are like $200,000 maybe. I mean, it's all easy to find. It's not me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm really not. You can see how much money was she worth before she went to Pyongyang? How much was she worth after? Put the fucking pieces together. Get your mind back. Science is never settled. Oh my God. CO2 is plant food. Pollution sucks. Absolutely, pollution sucks. But carbon dioxide, the trees eat that. And then they give us oxygen, and we eat that. It's like it's a symbiotic relationship. And if you think for 1 second that Mother Earth isn't smart enough to handle a little extra CO2 or a little extra oxygen here and there, then you're really don't have your mind. You're really under an illusion. I mean, I can't help you. I can't help these people that can't fucking think for themselves. I can't just go, wait a second. You don't have to know what's going on, but you have to work with this to know if something feels fucked up. And if 25 news stations are reading the exact same script and that doesn't make you go, oh my God, what's going on? If that doesn't put you on some kind of an alert, I can't help you. And I don't want to. And if you think science can be settled, then you don't know science. You don't know what science is. So, the liberals need to recognize that they're being manipulated with their emotions. They're being fucked with their emotions. And the conservatives need to realize that, what do you guys need to realize? You need to realize that it's not okay anymore to just let liberals run everything. Just because your life's going okay and you're just doing your own living. You don't have to fight. You don't have to fight against each other. You have to fight for what you all want. That's the message. You all want the exact same thing. We all want the exact same thing. We all want a peaceful, loving world. We don't want war. Black and white people don't really want to fight each other. Some do, it seems, but they don't. It's just their ego. Their ego's been manipulated to hate and to fight, but it's not in people's natural hearts. There are bad actors, yes. There is chaos, yes. But every 4 years they take black rage and they pair it with white liberal guilt, and it's just this magical recipe. And I'm watching 13-year-olds spit out narratives that are just retarded. Absolutely, like, and these are 13. This isn't college, where they're off to college and they're getting brainwashed by college professors. No, this is social media dysfunction, total fucking disgusting dysfunction. We all want the same world. We all want the same things. We all want to be healthy, happy. We want to be loved, and we want to love. We want it for ourselves, and then we want it for everyone else. Not everybody, but we don't need everybody. Because the people who don't want that, we just round those motherfuckers up and put them in a fucking jail. You don't have to kill them. Because who knows what happens if you put that person to death. And I know there's a lot of treason, so much treason. People say, oh, it's election fraud. It's actually not fraud. Somebody made this point. It's actually not fraud. It's actually treason. It's actually fucking treason. And that's the truth. So, we're at war because, well, Trump didn't start any new wars. He actually made peace in the Middle East, but how many people know that? You know, Bahrain, Sudan, you know, United Arab Emirates signed peace agreements with Israel. Saudi Arabia is like, I want to get in on that. You know, peace in the Middle East. Come on. We've wanted that since the 70s. Those people want it. Those people don't want to fight wars. They don't want to fight. We don't want to fight. They don't want to fight. We don't want to fight. Yet we fight. Why? Because we have egos. Okay, fine. How do we stop? Everybody calm and center. Calm and center. Live your best life. Go to the highest vibrations. 900, gratitude. What are you grateful for? Freedom. What do you fight for freedom. Fight for freedom. Focus on what you are grateful for. Okay? When the liberals started marching in the streets, bitching about black people dying, what happened? More black people died than ever before. 12 black men in New York City over 4th of July weekend alone. It's nuts. It's the law of attraction. Okay? They marched for truth. What happened? March for truth. Russia, march for truth. Found out about Rosatom. And, but it wasn't on the side they wanted, so they shut it down. You guys gotta fucking wake up. You gotta stop getting played. I can't help you if you're not gonna think for yourself. And I don't want to help you anymore. Not right now. Maybe in 7 years. Maybe in 5 years. I don't know. But the people who are getting it and the people who are waking up are where my time's going, my extra time. I have to love the beings that I've created in my life. My children and my animals. You know? Anyway, you all want the same world. So stop fighting. Just focus on what you want. If the liberals focus on what they want, and the conservatives focus on what they want with their third eyes, instead of fighting each other, face each other, focus on your third eyes. What do you want? You all want a peaceful, loving world. You all want it. I want it. We all want it. People who aren't liberal or conservative, people who are both liberal and conservative, and liberals and conservatives. You want a peaceful, loving world. You want everyone to be accepted, valued, loved. Blah, blah, blah. We all want it. Okay, focus on that. Now, there are people who want it, but they also want everything for free. They want to get whatever they can get for free. I'm not talking about the college students with incredible amounts of debt. That's a whole nother bunch of bullshit. $400,000 for gender studies degrees. That was a bad choice. That doesn't mean I should pay for your shit because I went to a stupid college and I got a stupid basic degree so I could go on because I never had anybody paying for my stuff. And then other people drive trucks or whatever. They don't need college. So no, we're not paying for your college. You made a bad choice. Figure it out. But why are these kids, why is college cost so much? There's a reason. And it sucks. There's a shitty reason why college costs these kids so much. A liberal arts degree should not cost that much. It shouldn't. There's a reason it does, and the reason sucks. Okay? Our elections should be fair. There's a reason that they're not. And the reason sucks. Yeah, it's all the same. Live your best life. Focus on what you want. Stay in the highest possible vibration. It doesn't matter if you're liberal, conservative, both, or neither. Focus on freedom now. Just focus on freedom now. Don't fight against anything. Fight for what you want. Just focus your mind on what you want. Freedom, 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 freedom. Freedom, freedom. Freedom for me, freedom for everyone. Freedom for me, freedom for everyone. All right? What's happening now isn't left or right. It's not a political fight. It's a choice. It's a fight between freedom of a sovereign individual or total control. Through an agenda, through a movement that's been chipping away, not just in our country, in all these other countries too. You know, they pay for their own water in Bolivia. Why? Why? Why do corporations own the water in Bolivia? Why? There's a reason, and the reason sucks. And the people who are there are like good-hearted people. They're like, okay, I guess we have to pay for water. No! Freedom. Freedom for us. Freedom for the UK. Freedom for Bolivia. Freedom for Syria. Freedom for fucking Libya. Are you kidding me with your fucking pronouns? Oh my God, I don't give a crap about your pronouns. There's actual slavery in Libya happening right now. Thanks to someone whose name you know. And it sucks. And there's a reason. And it sucks. So why are we in, oh my God, there's this, it's a t-shirt and it says, it's like a woman drinking wine. And it says, wine. Because it's the only thing holding this 2020 shit show together. I thought that was so funny. I love like, people who love wine and the stuff they come up with, I love that stuff. I don't want any of it. I don't want to buy it because I'm not like, I hardly drink at all. But people who love wine, and I have a friend Lee who's like a wine guru to me, and like I see that stuff and I want to buy everything for her. But she's under whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. But you all want the same world. Just focus on freedom. Be the light. Let it expose everything. Once everything's exposed, once you can see everything, it's going to be so easy to go, oh my God. Now, that being said, people fighting, and ironically, the emotional people who are accusing everyone else of being, who don't think like them, you're on the wrong side of history. The irony, the beautiful irony is they're actually on the wrong side of history. And I just have to move away from those people right now. I gotta get off Facebook. So we'll see how the hell I can do that. But I really do love everybody. I love my world. I love this planet. I love this planet so much. When you go out in nature and you just enjoy a sunrise, or you enjoy a sunset, or you just enjoy like a flower or like a bee, and you watch nature happening, and you relax your body, you're feeding nature something and you're getting something back. Okay? If you're putting your attention on a screen, then you're making money for someone you probably wouldn't want to give money to. So, and you're not healing yourself, you're undoing healing. So be in nature. And Mind Valley, so I know people are bored and they have no money, blah, blah, blah. this mindvalley.com has these tons of these classes, and they give these free sample classes that are phenomenal. You get something out of every single free class. So if you have no money and you have time, don't go to the mall, don't go shopping. You know, you can if you have the money, but if you don't have the money, don't go to the mall, don't go shopping. Do this. Go on mindvalley.com and just try different courses. Don't buy them right away. Just take a bunch. Take at least, I always tell people, take 5 free courses before you pay for one, because they're all good. They're really okay, I can't say they're all good because I haven't seen them all, but the ones that I've seen with Marissa Peer and Christy Buckley, I don't know if that's her name, Michael Beckworth, okay, they're amazing presenters. It's great. So, also, you have to feed yourself, right? Well, what do you want to learn? So I loved chicken marsala. So I found a recipe, and I make the best chicken marsala. I can't cook anything else, really. What do you want? What's your favorite food at a restaurant? Learn how to make it. If you have kids, bring them in on it. Bring them in. Let them help you. Your life's going. You can't wait until so-and-so is elected to be happy. It does matter. It does matter. It does matter because if one person gets in and the old guard runs things again, you will notice a huge decrease in the locking up of people who hurt children. That's a good way to say it. Okay, so one side locks up people who hurt children, and one side doesn't. And there's an entire industry. And, I understand up till, for a long time, I was like, I let people hate Trump. That's fine. You can hate Trump. Okay, but now it's like my aunt was like, can we just agree that this is the worst president ever? And I said, no. She's like, oh, come on. I said, do you know that you can rent an infant for $300 an hour? And with that hour, you can rape it and make hundreds of thousands of dollars with infant rape porn? And she's like, I don't want to hear this. No. I go, that's part of the conversation. You guys want to talk about how much you hate, Trump, but the reality is you can buy pieces of children. You can buy pieces. I don't want that anymore. I want the old guard to break. I want everybody to see. I don't want everyone to see the disgusting shit that I've seen, but I want everyone to know that the disgusting shit is why the executive order. It's why Trump. It really is. Just look up if you want to know, if you hate me and you're thumbs downing this video, look up how many pedophiles were arrested under Obama and how many pedophiles were arrested under Trump. There's a big fight happening. Huge big fight. And, one heinous behavior and action backed by tons of money creates entire industries of heinous things. And then the money can cover for anyone who's doing anything wrong. What happened in Omaha, the Boys Town. It's like, there's so many stories. There's so much evidence. There's so much out there. But people just scrolling. You don't know what's going on. And that's fine if you don't know what's going on. Just keep your mouth shut. Just keep your mouth shut and live your best life. You don't have to say anything that comes into your head on Twitter. You don't have to push information on Facebook. You don't have to push it. There's a lot of psychic driving happening. A lot of people believe stuff just because it's coming from multiple sources. Doesn't make it true. It might just mean that it's not true. It might just mean that, okay, so there are what you could call two gods. Let's just simplify the crap out of this situation. There's a Jesus God, highest, holiest source, creator energy. And there's, the satanic, Luciferian, non-creator God. That God that does not create makes its followers feel powerful. Okay? It helps them create wealth and power and da 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 da. What they don't have really is a clear conscience. Not a completely clear conscience, but their God tells them that as long as they do good things, Clinton Foundation, then they can do bad things. You know? Lots and lots of bad things, like 5 files of crimes against children, bad things. As long as you do good things, you balance it out. That's what their God tells them. So they believe that. So it's all about the belief systems. Now, they think less of the Jesus God people. They think the Jesus God people are stupid, ignorant, naive, sheep, blah, 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 blah. Well, we're finding out that to some degree they're absolutely correct, because I hear my loving-hearted liberal relatives go, we can't wait to get the big V so that everything can go back to normal. What makes you think everything's going back to normal? And what is normal? They're not paying attention. They are the sheep. They watch the news. They eat the swill. They can't get enough of the CNN swill. It's served every night, the slop at the trough. They can't get enough. They can't get enough. Sitting on the couch eating chips, drinking whatever, and just sucking down all the swill. Stephen Colbert, all these nighttime people. Oh, this is a joke? What qualifies as a joke? It's not funny. It's hateful, and it's deceptive. Really, it's actually lies. It's a pack of fucking lies. Okay, fine. Well, what are you gonna do? You know, what am I supposed to do? I'm doing this, but I'm not available to people who aren't getting this, because there are too many people that do get this. There are too many people who understand that we've been getting played. We've been getting played. We're getting played now. You've got to love. I don't know how else to say it. I'm not going to say that I haven't been effective, because there are people. I have a drawer full of cards. I keep every card that people send me that tell me that I've helped them change their life and whatever. And every single card means so much to me. So thank you guys. I am humbled by the love that I get, really. And you make me keep going. You make me want to, you know, obviously my hair falling out makes me want to keep going. We're going to get through this time. Not everybody's going to survive. But not everybody's meant to survive. Because what do you think about these people who are just taking, just taking, just taking? What do you think about them? Do you think that they deserve to keep taking when, you know, Mother Earth has a certain amount of resources? Her resources are limited. You know? And I'll tell you, I'm not happy if I'm getting chewed out by some 457-pound woman riding around on a motorized scooter with a mask and an oxygen tank on, who's yelling at me because my daughter's mask slipped. And then she wants to tell me all the shit that's wrong with her. She wants to list all the... No, I'm not listening to that shit. You know? I just say, I can't understand you. I'm like, I have this, I have COPD, I have this, I have this, I have this. It's like, then stay home. Stay the fuck home. Look, how many teenagers are committing suicide because they don't want to live right now? Come on. You know, I'm not upset, and I'm not mad that you're 457 pounds motoring around on a scooter. But shop on Amazon. Why do you need to scream at people in public? Just fuck it. You stay home. You stay home. You know? You get the big V with a 95% success rate for a virus that is 99.9% survival for most other people. I mean, yes, it's a real thing. I'm not saying that's not real. And I'll tell you another thing before I'm going to stop this video, you know, at 111. But I'll tell you another thing. If you don't know about the Rockefeller lockstep document, it asked for 2 strains of this to get made. 2 strains. One less lethal, and hype it with the media, okay? And another more deadly strain. because these people really want to clear a lot of people off the earth. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to just re-release the first one. It's, you know, the lockdowns and all that. It's the hyping was meant to see who is compliant, who will comply. And turns out a lot of people. But there are a lot of people who are just waiting for Trump to say, pick up arms, take up arms. And they will. They will. This is the thing that these loud liberal left, the useful idiots of Agenda 21, they don't understand that when these patriots come up with something, they will fight back. They haven't even started yet. And they will. Happily. Something like what the blood of traitors and patriots, like water the tree of liberty every so often. I don't remember the exact quote, but I mean that's a real deal. And these people are ready. They're ready to take up arms if they have to stop the agenda. All right, and I love you. Peace out. Love you. Thanks for listening. Bye.